All right, so we're here with this new podcast. We don't really have a title yet, but I'm
Yeah.
Justin. We got
Um,
Rob over here in Canada, and then we got Mr. Griffin, Ladarien Griffin, live in Jacksonville.
Good, man. Good. I'm not outside, staying
You're
quarantined.
not at the Jacksonville beach right now?
No way, no
No.
way. No.
Okay. What are you doing to stay quarantine free during these times?
Uh, Feel me working out, push-ups, sit-ups, sneaking in the gym when I can. That's empty. And probably just off the court though. Been music, a lot of music.
Music. Yep. What you
Tory
been
Lanez
bumping
live.
lately?
Uh, Pretty much anything new that drops.
Anything
ah,
new?
interesting.
Anything new.
Yeah, wow. It's been a while since we got to interview, or I got to interview you. The last
Been a
time
while.
you were still a Bonnie. Um,
Yeah, a lot of times gone by.
yeah. So let's talk about COVID. Obviously you've been getting back to the basics, doing the push-ups, doing the sit-ups.
Yeah.
Um, what does that mean for your season? I mean, you're a free agent right now. What's the process like? Tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's kind of like where you're choosing kind of where you want to go. I had a taste of it last year a little bit, about what it's like being a free agent. This year, I kind of have a little bit more time under my belt. I have numbers, to back up my production and, just trying to find the best situation for me. But mostly right now, I just been spending time with my family, kind of just enjoying being home. Because when you go over there, you don't really you're kind of in another world, so you kind of got to get used to being back home and kind of just spending time with everybody.
What was that like? Being, living in the States your whole life, then going to Sweden of all places.
I mean, it was cool. I mean, they love basketball out there, believe it or not. Like it was just really good. I had really good teammates, a really good team. The people spoke English really well, so it kind of made my transition a lot easier than for most. So, um, yeah, I just really appreciated my time there, and we'll see what happens.
Now, as far as your teams, right? They're
Yeah.
contacting you, but with the way things are going, a lot is up in the air as far as when the season will start. So have you discussed that with teams? As there's something that you have to put in your contract now, or you want to put in your contract if a pandemic does happen while you're playing, that you still get your full money? Because I know that's another issue too.
I mean, most of my contracts, like I try to have all my contracts guaranteed, fully guaranteed. Which is part of some of the things like most, I guess, younger guys like myself usually just give it to their agent and just allow them to make the decision. But like one thing that I appreciate about my agent that he allows me to know what's going on and I have like an input in how I want my contracts negotiated. So, just making it fully guaranteed. So no matter what happens, like a pandemic, like the situation with the travel ban and everything, where they canceled my season, I still got my full money because beginning I took a fully guaranteed deal and not knowing anything could happen. So, but as for like the start of the season, that's one of the things that I'm kind of looking at is you kind of now have to think about what place have a lot of cases. You have to think about that. So, because don't want to fly into something and you're healthy and you being over there and then you get sick because they have a lot of cases in the area. So that's something that I definitely had to take in consideration and kind of see.
Is there any particular place that you're looking at right now? Like, I mean, Italy, if we're talking complete quarantine, that's not the great place to be right now because they're dealing with a lot. But is there a certain country that is like, oh, okay, we might go there?
Rob, I can't give you that right now. Rob, I can't give you that right now. But I can tell you it's a lot of different places. Even some places here. So, well, I'm gonna be on the move, maybe, or I may go back to Sweden. You don't know. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Talk a little bit about like the differences in style of play, like from like playing in college your senior year, and then you have to transition to playing pro ball like overseas.
Um, so to break it down, like from an offensive standpoint, it's it's a lot less space because there's no defense 3 seconds. Um, there's a lot more physical between, so it's a lot like hand checking still allowed. It's just about pretty much the difference is probably the physicality because in college they want more points, but overseas it's just more about like we're just gonna let you guys play. Um, Sometimes there's a like referees aren't the best, but like you kind of just have to play through that, and it's just more physical. Defense wise, it allows you like for me, it allows me to kind of time my blocks better by spending more time. And probably the shooters are like the players are better, the shooting's better. So you also have to be mentally prepared, mentally sharp for every game because all these guys are really good. So if you got to get adjusted to playing with like real grown men that have been in the league or know how to certain referees call games. So it's more mentally preparing and more physical than college. I say that.
So let's get into a little bit of your high school years. What was your game like in high school, and then how did you get recruited by Bonaventure?
Uh, I mean, I just was athletic, just play hard, and it's actually, I think, a funny story that goes along how I ended up at Bonners was I had a teammate that was he was really good, Wyatt Walker, and Coach Smith came to see him play, and I never talked to him before, and like we were practicing, and like after he just came up to me and was like, he's like, yeah, I was here to see your teammate, but I think we might have found somebody, and then we were just talking. He offered me on the spot, which was crazy, which I've never seen anything like it, and I just was like, you get phone calls like, okay, yeah, I'll offer, but like for someone to come up to you, never talk to you, never see you play, and then just like, boom, offer you a scholarship, you're just like, okay, this guy's serious, like, and it was cool though, like it was cool. He was there for like 2 days, and he was just like calling my parents. And it was just the staff was just really cool and ended up making a great decision.
Now, obviously, talking now going into your Bonaventure career, you didn't really get any playing time in the beginning of your career,
Yeah,
right? Talk about because for those that don't know, I was a manager. You know, I rebounded for you many times, and I always saw you working. You know, you worked constantly while I was there. So tell us about your transition to maybe not playing a lot, but then playing in these big games come your senior year, winning most improved. Talk about that.
um, it just like as you can see now, it's not really a lot of patience in like college game where everybody if they don't play they leave. So I was never one to like leave because I didn't deserve to play. Like I didn't work as hard as I needed to catch up to everybody else. Like he could have just thrown me out there and then I could have lost all my confidence. But it was I respected him that he didn't play me and I had to work. And I think that helped me kind of because you coming in, I'm a 3 star, I'm a 4 star. Like you thinking okay, like it's cool, like and everybody just expects that they're gonna play. I'm gonna be a one and done, you know. And it's like that may not be a thing, but it's just like everybody just thinks that like college is so easy. You realize when you get there that like, there's guys that really work and that deserve to play and are really good. So I think for me it was a learning experience, a humbling experience, and just kind of willing to put in the work that is going to help me in the long run, which it ended up helped me in the long run. And I got a great support system that and my parents and my brother that when I wasn't playing, I was just kind of keep my head up and just working and just trying to see my way through. And I think that's what like really helped me get through to where I am now.
While at Bonaventure, who was the biggest help when it came to your development as a player throughout your 4 years?
Uh, like I feel like all the coaches in their own way, like Smith, Coach Smith helped me with the mental portion that I kind of was just playing and just all athleticism. He kind of you like with the plays and breaking down film all the time and the film sessions that we would have as a team kind of helped me get smarter as a player. I think um, Coach Moore probably had the biggest on the coaching staff just because I I was I play hard, which he kind of liked, but he needed to help me kind of figure out how to use my athleticism in the right ways and just giving instilling that confidence that like I deserve to be out there and playing and with Curran just Curran. So he like he was like just with a good laugh. I think just with a good laugh sometimes, and he like stayed on me. The same thing with all the coaches; they stayed on me, and just kind of helped me get through the different times. And then probably Coach Lee helped me toward getting ready for like the draft process. Just like he had experience with some of that stuff, so he helped me kind of get ready for the couple workouts that I had, and really helped me.
Talk about that workout with Coach Moore.
Tough, tough, tough. Like I mean, they were intense, but you could tell that they were all game stuff, and he was passionate about every workout, and you kind of love that you're gonna be in there for 45 minutes, and it's gonna be the hardest workout, and you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate them during the workout, but you look back on it like, man, like those are the best workouts. I felt like I got better as a player, and it just helped translate when I got to the game. I felt like, nah, like I'm good. Like this is easy. I just need to just do my thing.
And at what point did you go from I want to make this, like okay, like I want to just get on the court to I want to make this my career going forward?
Um, Probably like going into my junior year. Just talking with my dad and just a couple guys that I work out with. Just talking about like, okay, I need to take this next step and see my development get to like, let's see how good I can get. It's like when you kind of start playing a little bit, and then you have a meeting, you're in your exit meeting, you're talking about what you want to do, and how you need to get better. It's like you leave the exit meeting wondering like, okay, how can I really get better, and what are some of the things, and like my dad has been a great like help with finding the resources, like the people that know, and just breaking down stuff. So talking with him and just sitting down and just working and not worrying about like anything that doesn't concern basketball, because you got to be all in if you really want to make it be a pro, because everybody wants to be a pro. So I think that year, going into my junior year, definitely was the time I took it serious, become a pro.
And you lost your grandfather as well, and talk about how important he was to you too.
Yeah, I mean, that year, what's crazy was that summer, I worked like hardest, and I ended up losing my grandmother first, and then a couple months later, I lost my grandpa. So it was tough. I mean, just thinking about like how important they were in my dad's life, and they made sure that I kind of had a relationship with both of them. That it was just tough because it was both my dad's parents. So I had so much love for my dad that I just wanted to make sure that all the hard work that we did, and just I was more worried about him than myself. I took it hard, but I just was like, I'm gonna be strong for him, because I know like he would be strong if anything, what I'm saying, happened. So I think that was the thing for me, that I just wanted to be strong for him, and they had a great impact on his life, and a good impact on mine. So I just wanted to make sure that season that I played my hardest, and I just didn't take any chances. That like I just wanted, if I want to do something, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna try to be the best I can be.
So talk about, because at your 4 years of Bonaventure, you played with like a lot of talent. Dion Wright, Jalen Mobley. Like, what was it like being around those type of guys?
Like being around, like the crazy thing is being around great players. They're all great in their own way. So it's like everybody knows, like I don't think Dion got the love that he should have. and I don't think people realize how good he was. That like he was a double at like 6'6", 6'7", a double. And so me being as a freshman, I'm looking at this guy like, yo, this guy is nice. Like, and people don't realize that this guy is really good, but it's just like he's just like he was just such a great player with just like his touch around the basket. Great, he had a great neck for rebounding, and I think another person that didn't that I don't think that got love that he should have is probably Court. Just for
He
like
was
everything.
bad, bro. Oh my
Like
gosh,
he's
walking bucket.
And man,
yeah, like he is a nice like 6'7", can handle, can shoot, can pass. Like
That Davidson game start he had, that was that was the most ridiculous start I've ever seen to a college
but
basketball.
this is the thing, like if you had the chance to see the pickup games, like he is actually like super talented, like really good. And like with the plays in college, like like he ain't really get to show fully, but like if you really want to see how good he is, go to like a pickup game or just watch overseas. Like overseas, he had a lot of freedom. He was just doing his thing. And just like thing with Jay, I learned is just the hard work. Like a lot of people didn't realize that like it would be his dad would come up and and work out with him, and he was a gym rat, a real gym rat. Like it didn't matter what time like of the night he was there working out and getting ready. So looking at that and seeing all the hard work that he put in, he kind of like I was like, okay, I need to take my game to another level. I need to try to catch up, and probably from Matt that he just like he had just a no conscience. Like he was like he had no conscience.
Sniper.
Like when it come down to the game, he had no conscience that it was just that he would miss 2 shots in a row, 3 shots, and he'd just come and just reel off 7 threes.
Richmond game, the
Yeah.
Richmond
In the tournament, oh my goodness.
So it was just like just learning, like you can learn like from just the great players. You can learn so much. Like and probably another guy that a lot of people really like slept on was probably Marcus Posey. Oh my god.
yeesh.
That game, that
That
47,
47?
that like never seen anything like it. Because what people don't realize is that like the dude that was guarding him was in the NBA. He was he was on the draft board.
Bembry, right? Was it DeAndre Bembry?
Yeah, and dropped 47. So
The Hawks.
like and like he was a problem, a serious problem. So I think you can learn something with all those guys, like just with all those guys, like if you really sit down and you don't get caught up in like I'm not playing and all this thing, you can really sit down and you can learn that okay, like what are all these different things that will make all these different guys great? And you realize like they all are great in their own way. So you try to take a little bit from each of them.
Question. Now, if Courtney played your sophomore year, do you guys think you would have went to the tournament again, or the first time? Would you think you guys would have went to the tournament that year?
Easily. And then I say this may be bold. I think that could have been a Sweet 16 team. Just saying, like
That was Posley, Jalen, and then Court, right? That would have been those three.
Court and then Denzel.
Dion.
No.
No, Denzel, right?
Denzel.
Your freshman year.
So Denzel, Court, Dion, Jalen, Posley.
If it had been my freshman year,
that was cool.
the freshman year team would have been Jay, Marcus, Dries, Court, Dell, Dion.
Yep.
Tyson,
Derek.
Derek. Yeah, that's a Sweet 16. Sweet 16. Yeah. But I mean,
what was it like playing with Dries?
Like that's
I described him as like the glue guy for you guys, essentially.
Yeah, that's like off the court, like he was like a leader for us off the court. But on the court, he did everything that like that had to be done, but no one that but going into playing that role that no one's gonna give you enough credit for it. So it's like you ever like to people to break down for people, it's like you have like scorers, rebounders, you got all these different guys, but the really, really good teams, you need someone that's gonna willing to guard the best player on the other team. Like may not take as many shot attempts, but they're gonna do everything that needs to be done to make the winning plays. And he was that guy. Like it was like 5, 6, 7 games where like it would be an offensive like someone would shoot it and it'd be like we need one rebound to just dribble the clock out. Shot goes up, he gets the rebound, and it's just like people don't realize that is a gift. And he's man like he really like we really needed him for that team, and he really played a big part in us making the tournament.
If you had to put together a starting five with a 6-man out of all the players that you've played with, from
Wow.
to
That like I played with at Bonus or
at
Bonus,
Bonus,
yeah.
Who's your starting five? Maybe I'll give you a 7th man.
Give him a 7th because he's played with some killers.
Yeah. Like someone's like I'm probably gonna get a text after this goes up that like like okay that's what we doing. All right, but I say at the 1 you gotta have Jay at the 1.
You got to.
This 2 guard it's tough. Woo.
See, but the 2-guard situation, what you could do is put Posey there and then put Mob on the bench. Put measure 6.
I have to say I won more games with Jay and Mo, so I had to say that has to be the backcourt.
Okay.
At 3, it has to be quarter to 3. It's a tough one. It's a tough one for the 4 because I play with some good 4s. Like in what order? I don't know. In what it's Zell and Dion, but you feel me? There, it's either one. I'll say Zell at the 4, Dion at the 5.
Okay, and then who's your 6 and your 7?
6, Posley. Just so you know what I'm saying, B. Lou will go crazy.
Yep.
7.
Ooh. Now this is a tough 7 right here, man.
I messed up. Let's go back. 5, I'm gonna have to go with I'll leave my starting 5 the same. 7, get 7. I have to say Cal or Shun.
I'm about to say you gotta have one of them. It has to be one of them.
I need another big, but I can go small ball Houston Rockets style and just go crazy on. But it's
just tough because you play with some real like dogs.
That's
straight up dogs.
That's 7 spot. It's 7.
That's a good toss up though.
Yeah. No, yeah.
7B like. But yeah, those that would be if I had to pick to go against anybody, I would say those.
Yeah. Now let's get into some of your memorable games at Bonaventure. I want to start with the Syracuse game because I feel like that was one of the biggest. I was at that game. That game was crazy.
Yep.
Talk about being in that environment, like in the alley-oop dunk too. Talk about all that because you got high on that one.
So like people don't understand how big the Carrier Dome is. Like like
massive.
It's massive. Like in that, so like people think that like when you watch it on TV, you think like it's the court and then it's just closed off like behind. No. Like
it expands out.
It's like a small court. Like the court is a small part of the dome.
Massive.
And like it just was it was you could feel coming into the game, both teams were really good, but you could feel like this just wasn't no regular game. Like the fans made the game take a personality of its own. I think like we both teams knew it was a big game. Like it was like it was like respect that okay, like you guys are cool, but like we don't really think that you're as good as people are making you. And it
Exactly.
was like probably likewise on the other side. So I think that one, it just the fans kind of made it. I think go like probably the week of the game, Twitter like Barcelona's page, I think that's
Yeah.
what it was, and like all these pages were like talking wow Syracuse fans. So like I'm looking, I'm like, okay, like I know this is a big game and everything, but like this is really getting personal. So you could tell that like this was a personal thing. I think the fans are like, we wanted respect, but we didn't care who the respect came from. We just wanted respect from everybody, from everybody. We just wanted to earn respect. And that game just big play. I think it was just big play after big play, and it really felt like probably what a tournament game would feel like.
Mhm.
That every possession mattered. Like
Because that was the first game Jalen really like played like Jalen. Because he played
yeah,
against the Buffalo, but he was still like coming back from injury. But like that was like Jalen like
yeah,
saying, "I'm here, I'm doing this."
back like, and I think like that game. To be honest, that game helped push to see okay, like no, we're legit. Like we can really be a tournament team because we knew that like Syracuse, we heard Syracuse be a tournament team, but we just wanted to win that game. But playing, the more we played, I think we grew as a team because there were a lot of points we were down that we would be up by a lot, and then they go on a run, cut the lead, cut the lead, and I think the zone kind of threw us off because a lot of teams didn't zone us because we had such great shooting. So like seeing that in their zone has so much length to it. It's a lot of different. It's more complex than a regular 2-3 zone. So it made it tough. And that I think that just as a whole, we kind of made it all come together and click. And we appreciated just the coaching staff getting us ready for us, and just like that confidence that we had going into the arena, that we knew that it was gonna be almost sold out, near sellout, and that not all the fans were gonna be up for us. And it also helped that the fans, we heard the Bonner fans like a
They were
lot on.
loud that night. Like I
And,
never heard such a loud reaction off your dunk. Like it was the loudest reaction I've ever heard in my life.
yeah, like that they put the fans in like the dirtiest section at
Oh,
the
we were up in
top,
the bleachers. We were up like in the corner, like some like stepchilds. Like it was crazy.
away from everything. Like, but you can still hear the Let's Go Bonner chants. You can hear everything. You can hear everything, and just that game was just so crazy because it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and like me and Jay talked about it before. Like we can maybe get this backside lock because Court all throughout the game was killing in the middle.
In the
In the middle.
middle. This year.
So like their 5 man had a hard time guarding him. So they were gonna have to step up while he was in the middle. So we knew that backside lob was gonna be there. So we talked about it, and he like one thing about like Jay, that he'll really throw an alley from anywhere, and you're kind of like, okay, like I wonder if he see me, and he sees you. He's just waiting for that opportunity. And so when he threw it, I was just like, yo, this is kind of high. Like this is kind of a high pass. Like and I was like, I think I can get it. I got it. And when I came down and dunked it, like I felt like my ears were going like just was ringing because you could just hear everybody just start yelling, and then you're hyped because like, man, that really worked. They got a timeout after. Everybody's yelling, and it's like you're feeling gassed up, and like you just see like your teammates talking, and I think that's one of those memorable things that like you can always remember from certain games.
I remember the game meant so much more because at the beginning, at preseason polls, we were like slated as the best team in New York State.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
we made that such a big deal at school. Oh my, they had us on like on the map and like the Richter and all that stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
I remember that.
And it was like, well, even though we didn't consider ourselves being a little brother, you knew those Syracuse fans were going to think that.
yeah.
So coming into that, and then your dunk, and then the way it ended, going to overtime, Courtney, taking the charge, like just
Hey,
That was crazy.
shout out to him because me and him both talked about it. I got beat. I got beat on that one. And yo, there's no way, bro, is really gonna make this layup in this game, and everyone's gonna look at me like this is crazy. Like you really choked, like bro, you play defense, but what happened on the? You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to him because he saved my butt on that.
And the block, and that doesn't get talked about enough. Your block, you know,
Hakeem Warwick-esque. He just linked
Bro,
over and just blocked it.
bro, that block, like I didn't realize how significant the block was because I was like, all right, I'm gonna stunt, I'm gonna make him give it up, because the guy that subbed in, he hasn't played all game, so knowing that comes back to the smarts I was talking about that you kind of learn that you like, okay, this guy hasn't come in, so if he hits this off the bench, man, it's meant for him to be a college legend. But I highly doubt it. Like I highly doubt you don't play a whole game in the last 10 seconds. You come in a game and you are able to hit a corner three, no matter how good of a shooter you are. So I was like, all right, if I can just have him give the ball up, I can maybe get there. And then I jumped, got there, I tipped it. I should have just let it bounce, but what I was hoping that I could catch it and throw it to the other end, that there's no shot that can come off.
Yeah.
And it just happened that like when I got it, it was only point two, and then I think right then it was just like okay,
Sealed their fate. It was over after that.
hit it. Like the block, I could just tell as soon as the inbound and the clock went off, you could just tell that they like all the Syracuse fans were crushed. I think that's some of the best.
Defeated. Oh,
Just
it was
look around,
fantastic.
like yeah, like you can just see like all the stuff that they were talking. It's like okay, y'all respect this a little bit now. You have to.
uh, I I remember that sucking the energy out of that place, you know, that and just having your own people chant nothing, you know, nothing was better than that. And
Now let's get into the Rochester game with Vermont. The game where with Moped. That was a crazy game too. That was the tournament year as well. Talk about that game a little bit.
That was, I think, that's when I started seeing Court come to his own. It was a stretch in like the second half that it was like he had like back to back tough layups, like, and then Jay hit a couple shots, and then it was like they would come down. Anthony Lamb was nice. He was nice. Like
He's a
he was
pro. I played
definitely
him in high school, bro. He dropped like 40 on my high school team, bro. He's
yeah,
a
like
problem.
he's tough. Like he's a tough player to play against just because of how patient he is. Footwork wise, he's really good. He can shoot. And I think just Vermont as a whole was a really good built team that year. 'Cause I
They
think
had
they
a
made it.
Duncan, bro. They had a Duncan kid as well too. He was a shooter. He was good too.
Yeah, so like that, and Mo struggled that game. So it was just good seeing like it was just a good team effort that we could come down and get a win. Because playing at Rochester, like it's crazy to think that you have a huge fan base somewhere that's like 3 hours away, or what is it, two and a half,
It's
something
two
like that.
hours.
2 hours. So like it's crazy to know that like okay, you're gonna sell out this place and you don't even like that's not even where your base is. So it was cool, and it was cool for him to hit that shot because he was struggling that whole game. Kind of, yeah, he was struggling in stretches, and it was just good seeing him hit that shot. We needed that win because I think that was the tournament. Like that was a good win on our resume for the
Yeah.
tournament.
those only points of the game for him. That was
Really?
it.
That's
That three,
crazy.
that three was
Were
it.
you on the court when he made the shot, or were you on the bench?
Me or LD?
LD.
I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. Like I just remember I just remember running on, and I remember just talk. Actually, no, I was on the court. I was okay. Mo hit the shot. They're celebrating. If you watch it, go back and watch the film. Jay goes sit down to their bench and starts talking trash. So me being a loyal teammate, I'm just like, yo, like, I'm not gonna just let him go into the fire. You know what I'm saying? I felt some type of way too about it, so I'm gonna go down and talk trash with him. So if you look in the lines, there's a whole lot of talking. There's a whole lot of back and forth. And you see that everybody runs over to celebrate, and then you see Jake start walking down to the other end. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go down here with him. Like, I'm gonna support my PG. I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna be with him. I'm gonna work with him.
Now talk about the next big game. I feel like during that year was because we started off the conference started a little shaky. So it was a 2 and 4 star or like a 1-4 star? I'm not.
It was like 1-1, lost three, then lost one after.
Yeah. So we were
Yeah.
like 2-4. So we essentially had to win out for conference. And it
Yeah.
was like most craziest run I've seen. So talk about being on that run and like also talk about the Rhode Island game as well. We lost your shoe and then made the dunk as well.
Yeah.
So to talk about the run, I don't think that like I don't think we understood how significant the run was. We were just like, okay, every day is must win. It has to be must win. Like we just need to get one, get two, and then let's string them together. And I think that Coach Moore did a really good job of just kind of working with us along. Like Smith had a good job of just like keeping us around, but Coach Moore had a good thing with just getting on us, and kind of just making sure that we didn't slack. And I think all the coaches did too. Like we kind of were shaky, kind of wondering, okay, is this either gonna fall apart or what do we want to do this season? And um, they did a really good job just talking to us. And I think as a group, we just stick together. Like we knew that the non-conference wasn't just a kind of a fluke thing. Like we knew that we were the team that was meant to be in a tournament. So we just try to work every day, try to stay together, string stocks together, and just develop that confidence. I think that group had the supreme confidence, no matter who we played against, that we're gonna win this game. And there were different parts like Rhode Island. I'll say Rhode Island, Davidson at home,
VCU on
and
the road.
Yeah,
see on
the road.
those three were probably the biggest three tests in that run because just as a whole, when you get 1, 2, 3 in a row, you kind of you don't relax like because usually when you win 3, 4 in a row, you kind of relax like, no, we good, like we got this. But like you're on edge because you're looking at the rankings, you're seeing like teams drop, so you're like, okay, now it's really needed time to crank it up and let's try to get ranked. So it's no debate. And I think probably what was first? Rhode Island. Rhode Island was first. Like
I
we
think
won
so,
like
yeah.
5 in a row, 6 in a row, and then it was like the first real test was Rhode
Yeah.
Island.
Yeah, I think that was
That was
probably
the ESPN night. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So that one, because you talked about that game and just the dunk and everything, and it was just it was that run was different because I think I got hurt in one of the games, and I missed Richmond.
Yeah.
So I was just coming back from that, and I started coming up like they were like coming off the bench like what I wasn't tripping off it because as like if you really want to win and you really want to be everything that you preach and want to be, like show that like you don't really care about stuff like other than winning, you have to just be willing to do whatever. And I was willing to do whatever, like because they won that game. It was like a big thing to continue the streak, and I didn't want to come back and mess anything up. So I was willing to play whatever role I had to play. And so coming off the bench, it was just like, okay, like I think your first game coming off the bench, you're playing on ESPNU, so you're like, okay, I'm excited. And you see the game going on, and you're like, okay, I just want to get out there because the nerves start to build. Because you're seeing like ESPNU or ESPN2,
it was two.
Yeah.
whiteout,
Yeah.
and like you're just seeing like the show. It's like it feels like you're watching a show. Like this is the biggest game in a long time, and you could just feel that like this is gonna be another one, like the Syracuse game. Like it's gonna be another battle that this is gonna show like tournament. Like do we deserve to be in a tournament? Like show, I guess whoever votes on the teams that get in, they're probably watching that game. So you have to think about that. That okay, like we need to show that we deserve to be in a tournament regardless of what happens. And it was special like that. Like I feel like as a kid watching, you always want to storm. You always want to like, what is it like being storming the court? Like seeing people storm the court. So I
We
think
can get on that topic after this one too, because I got another guy. We got to talk about that game. We have to. We have to talk about that game.
Man,
yeah. So like just to talk about the streak, going back to the streak that we had. We really didn't focus on it. I think it was more for the fans.
Yeah.
I say it was more for the fans because like you would go around campus and everybody be like you would even have teachers like, hey, it's 10 in a row. You're like, I know, but like, okay, like you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like let's try to keep it going. And you just the students are showing love and you just realize that like this is a special place and you're starting to bring more popularity to this team that and this university and stuff like that.
how hard is that, right? You small school, everyone really, basketball is the main sport there, right?
Yeah.
And having teachers that maybe you didn't even have
Yeah.
coming up to you, people in the community saying, "Hey, man, hey, great game last night. That's 10. Better
Yeah.
not lose next game. Every game's
Yeah.
big." How do you not let all of that get in your head?
Because people don't realize that you guys are like really like touchable. Like you're not like these big schools where it's just like they walk
You know,
around campus, they don't really see like big time basketball. Like you guys like in classes with us, like we see you like mostly everywhere we go. So like it's kind
yeah.
of like a lot of pressure.
It's just when we were losing, like we were still getting love, but like it wasn't the same. Like it wasn't the same.
Yeah, like, yo, get your act together, bro.
Yeah, when you lose three in a row, like not everybody talking about like hopefully you get a win. Like nah, like everybody's kind of wondering what's going on. Like
And yeah,
so, when you win like 6, 7, 8, 9, and you're like, okay, we're winning now, and everybody's like, it's 10 in a row. You kind of brush it off. Like I appreciate the love, but it's like
and I can
we
attest to that because when we go on flights, I remember the Davidson game when we lost. We had went on that stretch. We started the conference 2-4. Remember, we were going on to the Davidson game, right? We had just lost the game. Uh, and I remember that it was just us on the bus. It was just the team, or on the plane. It was just the coaches, managers. That was it. And then I remember a couple months later when we had beaten we went on that 10-game winning streak, 11-game winning streak. Then we go to St. Louis. And I remember, we used to have room on the plane. Everyone had their own seat. And
yeah.
then you go to the St. Louis game, it was packed. Everyone wanted to be on that trip. It
And
was
it's I
like,
think when you start winning and you start seeing people pop up, you like, hold up now. Like, hold up now. Like, what's going on now? Like, and that's when you realize that, okay, like, when you start seeing, like people from, like, the school on the plane, you're realizing, like, okay, this is, like, we're becoming the hottest ticket in the state, like, for basketball-wise. And you end up being, I think it got up to, what, 13?
yeah,
I think
yeah,
so, yeah.
straight. Yeah.
You end up being the in the region, like the whole like no one's like everyone's kind of watching, but everybody's kind of looking like, okay, what about this little place in Western New York, only in New York, this team is winning game after game after game, like different ways. Like I think the winning streak we had like a lot of close games, like they weren't blowouts. Like people were thinking that like, okay, you win that many games, you probably got some blowouts. You don't have any blowouts. Like, you maybe have two. And the rest of the time, you're battling out 2 point games, 3 point games, 4 point games, and you're kind of like, okay. After a while, you start to realize that okay, we didn't seen everything. So when you get to the game, like when you get to the Rhode Island game and the Davidson game and the VCU, when we're down late in the game, you don't see any panic in our face because it's like, okay, we've been here before.
Yeah.
We know what we got to do.
People forgot that in the Rhode Island game.
We were down. We were down by like 8, right? With like 2 or 3, like 3 to 2 left to go.
And
Yeah,
people forget that you, Mr. Ladarien Griffin, gave us the go-ahead bucket
yeah,
with 22 seconds left, and that goes. I think that's the play of the game right there. That I remember when we drew that play up in the huddle, and Jay was like, "Get the hell open," and you got the hell because they knew no one was going to guard you.
yeah. Like especially when I seen him draw the play up, they were because to start us off, Court got the steal,
Yep.
and I think Moe hit a big three
Mm-hmm.
by the bench, and and it was like, okay, you start getting stops, and so um, I think what was it? I think I went for the layup. I missed the layup, and I get my own putback. Like I missed the layup. I tried to do some athletic finish, I guess. Missed the layup, and I get my own rebound, and I lay it back in. And I think it's tied. We end up getting the ball, and when he draws the play up, Corey's been having a good game with the pick and pop. So we knew as a group that they were gonna stick to. That kind of showed his like Smith's genius. That like okay, like that's why he's really smart. That he remembers all these plays. That he draws it up, and they're not gonna switch because they're not gonna switch a big on Jay because he's been doing it
Mismatch.
all. Yeah, it's a mismatch. So coming, Barry was gonna guard me, or Langevin was gonna guard me, and he was gonna be super aggressive and try to get the steal. And it just Jay made us an amazing like play and just pass it down. And then I was just like, when I caught it, I was just like,
Don't
catch
miss.
it, just catch it and don't miss. Like you catch it, don't miss, you good. Like you good. Like and I think like when I finished, it just like
Because after you like looking around, you were like, what's happening? What's going on?
it's like
Why?
so loud, like it's so loud, and everybody's going crazy. You're just hearing like just yelling, and you're just looking around like, okay, like do they have any timeouts? You're trying to figure out like, do they have any timeouts? Are they just gonna go? Like what's gonna happen? Like, and I think that just I always remember that one just because I just remember like dunk. You kind of look, and you just see like a sea of white. Everybody just going crazy in the crowd, and that just was crazy.
Now, we talked about storming court, so we got to bring up the VCU game my freshman year, your sophomore year.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
it's a very sore subject, trust me. So, for that game, actually, I made a sign. You remember number 10, Jonathan Williams? He looked like a caveman.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
made a
yeah.
sign for him that said, VCU has a caveman on the team, so easy they can do it. And I showed it to him.
Yeah.
He like looked at it during the sign, but like, get into that game a little bit because that game was crazy too because we were down and we battled back from that game too. So talk about that, then the incident, and then after that.
It just was like we were battling that game, and it was just kind of like it was like just one of them back and forth games, and you're kind of realizing like we're really about to be a big win right here, like. And I think what was it? Mo hit the three.
He hit it, so it was an inbound in the short corner, and then Mo came off the screen. He rolled on the screen to the corner. He pump faked it and then took it, and then he made it.
Yeah, and then
After that, it just got bad.
that's when that's when the inbounded, the buzzer went off, and the security guard had the ball.
Yep.
But we were like, okay, we hype, and they're like, hold up, they're stopping. You're hearing the whistles being blown, and we're like, wait, what's going on? Like, so everybody's confused. Like, even VCU kind of was like, yo, this game, like they're walking to the locker room kind
Because
of
Will
thing,
Wade was shaking his head. He's like, "Hey, good game, coach," and then he was about to go to the locker room.
and like you start seeing the students on the court, and you start realizing like, hold up, like they're really about to stop the game. Like, what's going on? And once they stopped it, like we're just looking, and Smith's just drawing up. Okay, what's what we're gonna do? Just don't run into the screen that they're gonna set because the week before they had ran this play against George Washington where they set a screen on the inbounder, got the all ball foul, free throw ball closer, and then they hit the game winner. So, so we were prepared that okay, if they really, I doubt that they're gonna play the game again or whatever, or we were thinking at worst that they were just gonna re-inbound the ball. And then when you see they give us a technical for the storming, we're like, okay, someone's behind the scenes, like, okay, they don't want to see us in the tournament, or they don't want to see, like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, it's just something fun. It was something weird, like
the A10 didn't have. I think they probably had maybe one guarantee in the tournament. It was like I think it was a down year that year for the tournament.
yeah.
So if VCU lost, it's a bad look. Like, so I think, you know, someone had Someone
Insider trading on that game.
somebody didn't
Someone
want us.
fixed it for us.
Nobody wanted us to stay on the court again. So PTSD in the Rhode Island game. Everybody's like, chill, don't stay on the court yet. Like, let's make sure it's over. Like,
But then,
Now,
yeah,
oh,
you got
sorry. I
no,
got.
you got to relive it at the URI game when we stormed the court then. So
I didn't even really get to really enjoy it because if you remember, I go up and I get a block, and I fall on my hip, and
Oh yeah, you fell over on the.
like, like it looked crazy, but like it hurt. Like it really was painful. That's why I was laying. Some people were like, "Did you lay on the ground for the
Dramatic
extra
factor, like yeah.
like effect?" No, I didn't. I was tired, and and it hurt. It really I was like, "Yo, my hip is on fire right now." Like I was just laid there, and then I was like, "Yo, did we get the ball?" They're like, "Yo, we got the ball." And that's when I was just hyped, ran to the bench, and I was just like, that took all the energy, and everybody's going crazy, and everybody remembers that. But if you keep watching the game, I literally limped to the bench, like, "Yo, ow, this hurt, this, I really hurt, and I really hurt something." like, yeah, that was memorable though, just because you just seen signs, you seen adults, you seen a couple of adults out there, and you're like, "Hey man, what are you doing? You too old to be doing this." But it just you could tell that win meant so much to just everybody, and just to do that on a national station, and that everybody's watching, is no better feeling.
Talk. Let's get a little bit into Jalen's 44 streak during that year too, because he rattled off because he hit the game winner against Duquesne, and then the 44 game against St. Louis.
No, you know what's funny about that? The Duquesne to have it come back to Rhode Island is the exact same play.
Really? Oh, because he
The
rolled off the screen and took the three.
yep.
Yeah, because Duquesne switched it. So that's why Rhode Island, when we ran the play, they didn't switch it. So but that's just on some man, that's crazy when you think about it. So, but when he got the mismatch, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is cooked. He's cooked because he was killing that whole game, and the way he was making the 40s look was
Effortless.
hey, you're on a yeah, this is you're in a different kind of zone right now. And we need and we look at it, to beat Duquesne, we needed that.
Mm-hmm.
To beat St. Louis, we needed that. We needed them stretches that he went on to be just the dominant point guard that he was, and just dominant college player.
Now talk about making the tournament uh being in the whole selection show process and then actually playing in a tournament game against UCLA. Be part of that history.
First, whoever did the selection Sunday show, they got to make it shorter. They have to make it shorter because you're sitting there, and there's cameras, and you're just because if you remember was it my fresh sophomore year, the turn where we were conference champions, and we didn't make the turn.
Mm-hmm.
It was just one of those things. We kind of didn't even, as a team, didn't want cameras there because we didn't get in it like we thought we were that year. We were like, something's gonna get broken in this room. Someone is gonna break. As a group, this room is gonna be destroyed if we don't make it, because we don't. Wait, what else could we do? So just sitting there, and you start seeing the conference champions, and you see the one seed conference champions, and then you see okay, what is it? What's the name? I don't even remember the name of the at large. When you see the at large, and then you start seeing they do alphabetical order, so then you're really okay, this how can y'all just let us know, just text us, and so we know what to expect. and you just sitting there, and it's as much as you hate sitting there and waiting, you just love it. The excitement, the emotions that you're feeling, and like you're just excited, and you see your name pop up, and you're just like you're hyped. You're like, okay, we made it. And I think going out like going out and seeing the student section there, and you see all the people, and you're going crazy celebrating with them. It's just like, man, like this is special. Like this is what we all worked for all year, that we knew that we can achieve. It's just now it's here, and the moment's here. And when we seen that we got in, we were happy to get in, but we knew that okay, like this just one goal off the list. That's getting a win now. And when we see it was UCLA, it's kind of like really them? All right, whatever. Let's get it. Like we ain't worried about them. Like we thought it was gonna be someone like someone a little like they were good, but we had a little quiet, a little confidence about it. We weren't worried about nothing that they had. And I think just this the day that you're leaving is like this whole like production like kind of thing. You see all these cameras and like you got to go here. Like, everyone's directing you to the bus, and like normally when you go to the bus, you can ask Rob this. When you go to the bus, you're going to like the back of the school. You're leaving from the back of the school on this trail. This time you're like in the main parking lot. Nobody can like as a student, I know it was like it had to be knowing that the whole parking lot was cleared. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a whole bunch of people just like on both sides of the bus waiting, and you just see like all the families and stuff get on there. You're taking like 3 buses, and like it's just different. Like you see like the police, I think maybe a police escort or something like that. Like you're just seeing all this extra stuff, and you're like, bro, I just want to hoop, like, like want to hoop, like what is this? And just you just feel like all the love that you feel like that you wouldn't feel at a bigger school that always continues to go. Like you wouldn't feel the same love that you felt going to a smaller school. That like this is a special feeling.
So, we win that game, make history. Then, going to your senior year, obviously now you're the leader, essentially. You and Court or Nelly are essentially the leaders of the team. So, talk about transitioning into that role because obviously Jay Mobe left. So, how did that role fit in? And then talk about the freshmen, Kyle, Dom, shooting, how they like kind of like adjusted to you guys doing that.
Like let's go back to the turn real quick.
Yeah.
The
That's
way
fine.
that Court balled out,
Oh,
kind of it kind of showed it kind of like the way he balled out was just like okay, like this guy is ready to be that number one, like you know.
yeah.
And it was just kind of like I felt like we all like that game we all kind of seen like it was worth the wait, like like on some like Wayne mixtape sorry for the wait, like that was okay. I'm sorry, like I'm saying all this happened, like
I'm
I'm
here
like
now, though.
I'm here, like and especially for him to do it on the biggest stage, and like for you to be the main game of the first 4, and that everybody in the world is watching. Like
That's
everybody
wild.
in the world is watching this game. So going into it when you're in the hotel, you're kind of like you ride, you get there, and you see like all these, you go through all the security and stuff like that, and then you see the fans, so many fans in there, and then you're kind of getting ready and you're warming up, and you just feel it was just a different kind of feel for that game, and just to see, I was happy just for JMO to get that win and experience that. And I was just happy for Court that everything he battled through, that like he got to show, what I'm saying, what he was about and how good he was, and that, and just for the fans, it was just a good thing just seeing them how close it was. Um and it was cool that it was in Dayton Arena, A10 Arena. And I think that was before the streak. I think that was the very last place we lost. So it was cool that it felt like everything kind of in the
Came full
season kind of
circle.
full circle. And, it was really cool for those guys. I was happy for those guys. And, yeah. And probably to answer your question, like that summer you just work so hard because you want to be ready for it. And it's your senior year and you want to go back because that rush that you felt being in turn, you like, yo, I want to go back. Like I need that. I need one more trip. Like I want to put another banner in there before I'm out of here. And you know, getting hurt that first game, um, kind of derailed a lot of things. But like I told, I forgot who I was telling it to, but it kind of was like a blessing in disguise that you know, yeah, I got hurt. It gave me time to it kind of gave the time for the younger guys. Okay, like it's on y'all now. Like it's kind of y'all are gonna take your lumps now. And when we get to full team, like let's try to put this team together. And they took some lumps, and you started to see. I think during that time, you started to see that like Cal and Shun were like, okay, they not no regular freshmen. Like you could tell that they're legit, and you just start seeing just their confidence kind of build from game two to like when we got the full team back, fully healthy and playing, and you can kind of see that they still had that confidence that they developed from when me and Court were out. And when Court came back, it kind of at Canisius, you kind of started seeing, okay, it's something here. And then just when we all got together and we started winning games, I think it was a great experience for them and definitely a great experience for me.
How important was both, like the best of both worlds? You have kind of the ending of a great, era when you guys went to the tournament. You started Courtney, you started yourself, Nelly, Amadi was still part of that, and then you bring in a new wave of people that can potentially continue where you guys left off, right? And how important was the older guys and coming with the new guys?
Um, they were they were a great group, and they were a great group of young guys. Like to come in and they were just willing to listen. Like yo, y'all just came from the tournament. We just want to continue it and just come back. And they were willing to listen, and it was cool because like like a lot of young guys, you kind of see they kind of don't listen when you kind of like, yo, you should, what I'm saying, maybe think about this. But they were like, okay, yo, what would you do here? And asking all these questions when they're losing. We're losing as a group, but they're kind of taking like older guys kind of sitting out, kind of hurt. You're kind of like you're looking as a guy like, yo, I just want to be out there. And you start seeing these young guys that they don't really have no quit. You kind of knew that they were kind of built from the same kind of cloth, so to speak, like as like the teams before. So you kind of see like, okay, like nah, they're legit. Um, and just they came with their own kind of like own confidence and play style that you kind of they fit like as a whole. Everybody just fit, and you just try to bring your leadership, and you try to bring like find different roles that's gonna make the team as a whole fit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was a really good. I wish we got back to the tournament, but I mean everything happens for a reason. It's just I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that run. That was a good. It really helped cap off like a great 4 years.
Talk about that run a little bit, going from St. Louis the last game of the regular season to set lock down the 4 seed for us, and then that run we had in the A10 tournament going into the championship game.
It was just cool because like it was tough. Actually, it was tough because St. Louis is a physical team, and that year we kind of struggled with teams that were kind of physical, like and like I can't speak for nobody else, but it was senior night, so I was kind of like you feel all these emotions, and then when everyone wants to have like for their senior night like drop 40, like drop 40 on senior night on some legendary, but then like struggling. It was one of them like it was not a pretty game at all on either side, like that it was just physical rebounding, and it was just like it was really a group effort. Um, because I think Marty came off the bench and got a couple jump hooks in there, and it was just big time for everybody. Just because I think that was the last game before the tournament, So it just gave us a confidence booster that, okay, like, we play the way we've been playing and focusing on defense. I think we can really make this run. And it was cool just seeing everybody, like the fans in Brooklyn, because like I think this is the first time being back in Brooklyn,
Yeah, our first time back. Yeah.
so you could tell like okay, everybody was waiting for this one, and you started after the first game, like you go back to the hotel and you're seeing like people talk about it on Twitter, and it's like okay, it's gonna be a tough one. It's Rhode Island, it's gonna be a tough one. And you beat Rhode Island, like you kind of beat them handedly, like, and you've never been in this position before as a group, and personally haven't been there like in the conference championship game. You're kind of go back to the hotel and you're like, yo, we're still alive. Like we're one game away from. There is no selection Sunday. We just finding out where we going. Get excited, and then you start seeing like Woj in the crowd. You see like I think it was a lot of former players. It was a lot of like alumni, like you know, big time alumni. You're like, okay, 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 like they really think we gonna do this, and then you see like the championship game. The crazy thing about the championship game is there's no games before you, so you can kind of get back to your routine because your routine changes because the first game you got a team before, so you have a small time to warm up, get ready. The next time is a little bit more. This time it's nobody there, so you there early, getting your shots up at both ends, like you know what I'm saying. You really getting back into back to your mode of playing, and it it was just crazy because you had like the just all these different things, and you had like the big time referees because it was it was on CBS.
Yeah.
So you got everybody texting you like, "Yo, make it turn it again," all that. And you got former players texting you. You kind of feel that pressure a little bit, but you just like, man, like I'm ready to do this. And it was a good game. It was a really good game. It hurt losing the way we did, but like I wouldn't trade it for nothing. No, I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Now, going to a much lighter topic, talk about your game development, man. Who the heck are you? Averaging 13, 9, and 2? Well, what's going on?
Yo,
What
you shoot now too? What's up with that? You shoot from three? What's up with that?
dunking
I'm
on
telling
people?
bro, like as a player, I feel like just the summer, it just you kind of every summer you wanna reinvent yourself. You wanna get better as a player at certain things you struggled with the year before. So my dad just be working out with my dad, and just the same people I was working out with just the last 2 years that I kind of see myself get better and better and better. And I just had to give him like just working and kind of I stayed on social media a little bit. I think I stayed on social media for a little bit. I've never been a big social media person, but this past summer I really kind of stayed off it. And just kind of locked myself in the gym and try to just be the best. Try to see how much I can get out of my game and see how good I can really get. And I think this year I kind of made a step in the right direction. I'm not where I want to be because I started the year kind of slow from three. So that's something I'm working on with my dad and stuff. And just ball handling, getting better at ball handling. And just being continue to be more versatile. Not just on the defense end, but also offensively, being able to do different things and be in different systems. So that's going to help me get to my ultimate goal. So I'm just looking forward to keep working and keep getting better.
You've continued to do that, throughout, when you were freshman to now in your pro days.
Yeah.
Ending it off here, what is your message to, players in general, more specifically Bonaventure guys, because they know, that didn't really start off the way that they would hope, right? What's your message to those young guys that didn't get the time that they were hoping to get?
Just like continue to work, and not everybody's story is the same. Not everybody's gonna be able to just stick it out at one place. Like if you had to go to multiple places, and just continue to work and just stay focused on your ultimate goal. Focus on your support system around you. You want to have a good base, like that's gonna keep you. That's gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Um, and just for the Bonner guys, I think that you can make it to the league. Look at Jay. You can make it to high overseas. Look at Court. And just the rest of the guys. You can just look at different guys that's played at the school that you can make it to where your ultimate goal. You can be a pro. You just got to continue to believe in yourself, work, great support system, stay focused, stay out of trouble. And just understand that. Like, like I said, everybody's story is different. You're gonna go through different things. It's just about how you're gonna let those things affect you and where you want to go.
Let's look a good bit of NFL talking because I know you're a Jags fan, so
Yeah,
what's
I'm a big. What's crazy? I'm a big sports guy in general, though. But we can talk about this one. We can talk about this
we
one.
talk about?
I know where this is headed, but we can talk about this
So your franchise is headed in a different direction. Obviously, they got rid of Ramsey during the year. Boye's gone now. Campbell got traded. Telvin sat out last year, but he'll be coming back this year. So,
one.
like, where do you see the Jaguars going this year? Do you think they should sign Cam? What do you want them to do in the draft this upcoming Thursday? Like, what's your outlook on the team?
You know, I've been looking at mock drafts and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm in my GM bag, but nah, like I think we're rebuilding. I mean, you have to just because you just gotta because we had a lot of Tom Coughlin stuff, kind of mess things up for us. Jalen, we love Jalen, we still love Jalen in Jacksonville. Um, excuse me. We rebuilding, but I think this year, Minshew Magic, he's gonna give us some exciting plays, but it's a bigger scheme. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you an inside look at, what I'm saying, we're probably gonna tank, tank forever. But
Tanking? What's that? We don't tank. Sports teams don't tank.
look, we tank, we're a small market, you know what I'm saying? We tank. But, I'd probably like to see Jerry Judy or CD Lamb go to Jacksonville.
That'd be
Get some
different.
weapons for some more weapons on offense and probably defense. I think hopefully the dream draft would be, get Ken Law from South Carolina. He's a beast. That'll help, replace
You
that'll
really been
replace
doing your work. I see. Cause I'm looking at my dress too. That's pretty. You've been doing your work actually. I'm impressed.
I'm a big sports guy, so I like to see, what I'm saying, that those two guys get drafted because we're probably gonna trade Ngakwe. He's not happy here. Oh well, don't need him. What I'm saying, Jaguars. What I'm saying, over everybody. So it was cool. It was cool just the season. What I'm saying, the little run we went on was cool, but it's time to rebuild and what I'm saying, actually make a run at championship, Super Bowl.
What is the feeling in Florida right now that Brady's in Tampa Bay? Have you seen any change in kind of fan base or
I
media?
mean, like it's gonna be not real fans, like fake fans that just go for it. If they start winning and stuff, they're gonna be rocking with them. If they lose, and they're gonna say they didn't like the Bucks. But for being honest, like Florida's really a college kind of town. You don't really see. I don't think I've ever seen a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan before this week. I mean, before Brady signed, and I don't think I've ever seen a Dolphin fan since Marino retired. So it's kind of like one of them things where it's just kind of like we cool. It's more of like college football fans. Like,
Yeah.
pro fans, nah, not so much.
Now overseas, do you watch a lot of pro basketball, like NBA basketball? And who do you think the best player in the league is right now, in your opinion?
And people don't realize that pro basketball. So the opening night, the first game, Clippers and Lakers. I actually went to bed early and had to wake up because the game is on the West Coast. It's like I think it was like 10 hours or 8 hours or 9 hours from me, so it was like 4 a.m. my time over there.
I
So
remember
So I was watching. I was up, watching the game. Had to go practice the next day. I was tired, almost overslept, but like it was tired. I mean, I watched probably like highlights. I was big on like highlights. I was more of like college football was more for me because it was at a decent hour in the night. But probably the best player, I'm a Braun fan, so Braun's still the best. Like we all seen how Braun dominated those two games. So those the last two that they played against Greek Freak and Kawhi. So I think he's still the best till he retires. He'll be a top 10 player until he retires.
Do you think that sports will resume? Like the canceled sports like NBA, NHL, do you think those are going to start up in the summer, or do you think the season's done?
Uh it's tough. I think I don't know because if you really think about it, like how they're gonna have to manage it with like hotels and guys aren't gonna be able to see their family as much. It's gonna be tough for a lot of guys to buy into that. And you're playing with like a slippery slope. Like even if you play with no fans, because if you're playing and like one guy gets it and then it's all over ESPN and then they do a report and they find other guys got it from that game, like the situation that they had to begin, then you're really looking at okay, we messed up. It's really a PR nightmare because you're looking at like you're choosing. It looks like in non sports fans, kind of like people that aren't really diehard sports fans, they're looking at it like you're just looking for the money. You don't care about human wealth. I mean human health and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be canceled, but if they do, it's gonna be you're really rolling the dice, like because if something happens, and I don't think you're gonna get the best basketball that this season. I think how amazing the season was, you might as well just leave it at what it was. Just leave it as it is.
Do you think the Lakers would have won the championship if the season didn't end?
Easily, easily, easily. You gotta look though. People what's not in the stat sheet is that like camaraderie and like those guys were clicking at like they were really clicking like they've been together for a long, long time, and they play really good defense. So, and they're a big team. Like when you got your point guard, you got Braun at point guard 6'8", you got Kuzma at the 3, which is 6'9", you got AD at the 4.
JaVale the 5.
The
You bring
5.
the White resurrected this season too, so it was just a lot of pieces.
Yeah, like and then Caldwell Pope is like what 6'6", 6'7" shooter. Like
6'6", yeah.
That's tough to really to deal with because they're posting with AD, posting with Braun, and you can't double because you got another top 5 player out there spotting up that can also play make for anybody else. And they were a deep team. They were just a really deep team that like you started to see that they were separating themselves from everybody else at the right time. And playoff Braun is the thing.
Zero Dark 30 mode.
Yeah, so Braun was about to be on a whole nother level. And I don't think anybody was really ready outside of that. Someone that I think that I would have wanted to see though, that I'm upset that I would have wanted to see was Houston and the Clippers in that second round.
I think it would be a good matchup.
Because it's really a difference of styles. Like you're dealing with Houston that's going to spread it out, and that's going to have no one taller than 6'6", 6'7", and that's going to spread you out and shoot. And it's like the Clippers can match up with that, but they also you kind of have to match up with Russ Speed, James's like how good James is on offense, and that would have been great series.
Now, who is an underrated player to you in your opinion in the league? Like some people like don't like put on their radar all the time.
That's nice. That I think is nice.
It's nice.
It's probably 5 guys. That's nice. That I think it's nice that don't get love. Probably number 1, Drew Holiday.
Anytime I ask that question, is always Drew Holiday.
Because it's like he's first team all defense, still averaging a dub.
Yep.
Like to average a dub and he shoots great percentage and he like has a good assist to turnover ratio. He's nice. Like uh probably probably Lou Will for sure. Like Lou Will's like 6'1", 6 foot 6'1", like
And just drop buckets all time.
buckets like
Consistently.
consistently a 20-point score
Yeah.
like that's something that like I don't think people understand that like that's not easy to do. Like not everybody's coming off the bench. Like most bench scorers score like 12 a game, 13. If they're the six man, they play like good minutes. But he averages like 18, 19. Like, and they're not flashy either. They're real simple. Like I just get to my spot. I'm nice. Like probably number 3, nice player. Brad Bill.
Yup. Thank you.
Brad Bill
Even though
goes
like you really watch hoop, you understand Bradley Beal's a problem, but like people don't really understand how good he really is.
like to like the casuals. They think that of course you're gonna score 30 on a bad team. No, no, no.
Yeah.
You're averaging 30 for the season. Like that's not normal. Like he was robbed of being an all-star. I say he was definitely robbed of being an all-star. You don't average 30 in the league for a season and don't make an all-star team.
Don't make the team. Don't make sense.
Doing it by yourself, I think John Wall being injured really elevated Beal into a different spotlight, right? Because I
He
think
had to.
everyone loves John Wall, right? It's easy to love John Wall. John Wall's one of my favorite guys, but Bradley Beal definitely got.
Bradley Beal definitely is just tough. Like he's a man. He's nice, bro. Like he's really nice.
Yeah.
Probably 4. Man, it's a bro. To me, out like to put into perspective, like in the league, like even like the guys that don't play can go to a regular gym and kill anybody. Like that's how hard it is to make it to the league. Like can kill anybody. So like I have so much respect for like anybody that's in the league. Like, but probably underrated that pretty much that's probably not a MVP or not a most improved kind of guy. That's nice that I like personally is probably Karis LeVert.
That's an underrated bucket right there. That's underrated.
Oh, nice.
He's
Bro
nice.
is nice.
He's nice.
He's nice. Like
he's like a nice third option for them in Brooklyn.
Yeah, like he nice.
Because his bucket's the same like Lou Will. He's just taller, so he can get to his spots a whole lot easier.
Just use his shoot, just being able to shoot and just being able to guard different positions is nice. Just like he's really good.
I think he's put on that list too. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander too. The
Canadian he was number 5. Like
he's tough.
As like a 6'6" PG, like
crazy.
In real like he's more known, which is disrespectful that he's more known for what he wears.
Yeah.
Game, which throws me off. Which is like, I mean, hey, like if that's like what y'all want to focus on, but I'm gonna focus on these buckets he's getting because like he is actually nice and he's young. Like I don't think he's 20.
He's like 20, 21. He's young.
Yeah, like bro, that's
because he came from Kentucky. At Kentucky, he wasn't really making noise like that. Because Kentucky has so many players on the team, so he was just doing his part on the team, and then just came to the league, just like kill for the Clippers in the playoffs against Golden State.
Just like has a real smooth, calm game.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, like he's not a showboater. I think he just goes about his business. Keeps very quiet, and then
I think they like Houston, like when Houston traded CP3 to OKC, and then they got Shea. He's gonna really like learn a lot on the CP. Like CP, like all time wise, doesn't get the love he should. Because in his prime years, we're talking about CP3 was in the MVP.
Like imagine if CP3 like actually went with Kobe to the Lakers.
Oh,
they would have had Kobe, Powell, and CP3 plus Bynum.
Oh, people forget Andrew Bynum gave people buckets. He was a bucket getter
before he lost himself. Yeah, he gave people buckets before he like went crazy. I don't know what happened to him, but he was like young Bynum was a problem.
Yep.
Bro, He like CP3 and Kobe, like
That would have been wild.
Two dogs.
Yeah.
man, like what y'all think about? I'm gonna ask y'all something. What y'all think about this whole debate with the Bulls teams and then the 3P Lakers? Like, who y'all think would have won?
Ooh.
My thing is that I've always said this. They're like I always see like this on Twitter or whatnot with like they do like a photo edit with like Draymond Green guarding Shaq. It's like how many points will Shaq drop? I'm like Shaq would chew him. Like
I'm not.
people don't understand.
That's why. Like I don't post a lot on my story on Instagram, but that's something that I had to post Shaq's highlights. Like there is like no disrespect. Draymond Green is an all top 5 all time defender, but
He's a
it's
good
what,
defender. Don't get me wrong, but he's not guarding Shaq.
bro. You're talking about a human that's 7'1", like 325 that can run the floor and
Wait.
once he catch it, it's over. Like he catch
And
it in
he
the
has
paint, it's
handle.
over.
No
Yeah,
one knows Shaq has handle, bro. Like it's like, and then like it was. So then you got Kobe, who was young Kobe, but that was like uber athletic Kobe. So that was
Yep.
like still getting buckets.
like
Like
01, like 01 Kobe was dominant. Like
Yep.
01 Kobe was a dominant. Like him and Shaq averaging like 25, 30. Like that's.
then
But
they had Horace Grant, they had Rick Fox, Derek Fisher. Like it was just
They were a crazy duo to have.
Like
And they had a good
around him.
supporting cast.
yeah. My thing is just I just don't know who's gonna guard Shaq on that Bulls team. Like Luke Longley's not guarding Shaq. Like that's just not happening. So
Yeah.
I think 7-game series it would go 7, but the 0-1 Lakers would win. Cause I used to watch them. Cause I didn't watch the Bulls growing up. Cause like it was obviously '90s. I was just born, so like I never really saw them play. Like
I
I
think
saw the Lakers play, so like I'm gonna go with the Lakers.
the
It's
documentary.
just it's hard to just go against Jeffrey.
Jordan, I know it's hard to go against Jordan.
Like
The thing
you're
is that
talking
the man he never lost in the finals. But my thing is that with the Jordan's finals comparison, Jordan never faced a team like Kobe faced or like LeBron's face. Like there wasn't people like 3 superstars you're facing and Jordan's just like going at it. Like Jordan had to face KD, Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Like you're basically 4-on-1.
You mean
like just in that I just would have loved to see like man rest in peace of Kobe
yep.
just seeing Kobe like prime Kobe against prime like not even prime that's not even prime Jordan when the 3P that just say prime Jordan like just to see the like skill and just the like the beauty and just how both of them play you just see so much buckets given out like
and
that would
that's
have been a 7-game series, but I don't know, bro.
You
I'm
gotta pick one. You came with the question. You gotta pick one.
I'm going with the Bulls, man.
Go with the Bulls.
You can't the thing is you I think at the end of the day, if you compare the people on the Bulls, like the supporting cast on the Bulls, I think they would like just based off the competitive spirit that Jordan had, I think they would have not saying that Kobe and Shaq didn't. I'm just saying overall as a team they would have it would have went to 7, but I think Jordan would have outlasted it because at the end of the day, Kobe was like people compare Kobe to a lighter Jordan, and Jordan was the ultimate competitor in my eyes. I think they expected a certain excellence, so I think they would have just a little bit. I think they would have done it.
Um, one thing probably that separates that probably makes that goes again that probably goes in the Bulls' favor is if they would have discovered the small ball thing. If they would have implemented that and had a lineup of like I
Rodman,
think
Pippen, Jordan.
Pippen, Jordan, and then Tony Kukoc.
Put Rodman at the 5 and then Kukoc at the 4.
Yeah, then that's a problem because that means that either Shaq eats and you just foul him every time, and he has to play in space. But that's tough, bro. It depends who gets Phil Jackson, who gets the coach. Whoever gets Phil, that's because it's gonna. But just seeing that would have been. I think I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go, Mike, bro. I gotta go. I, I
I could
just
be alone on this one. I understand.
I know Shaq is
It's a hard pick.
just tough because like you keep fouling Shaq, you're gonna run out of people. But it's just like, uh, it's
Now,
just it's just MJ and Pippen were just different. Like
yeah,
just
they
a
were a different duo. But I like growing up in the 2000s, like that was like mostly our era for like basketball. So we like saw a bunch of buckets. So like, who
yeah.
was like an underrated player for you in the 2000s who didn't get enough respect?
Man, I got top fives for everything. I got top fives for everything, bro. Like that era, Grant Hill for sure.
Hmm. Pre-injury, Grant Hill was a bucket,
Yep.
pure. He was. They were calling him the next Jordan. Bro,
Bro, injuries really messed him up, bro. Probably Penny Hardaway, one of my favorite players.
yup.
Probably Pippen.
You really think? I really don't think. Obviously, like if you took Pippen away from Jordan, because like after Jordan left in '93, after Jordan retired in '93, Pippen was never the same. So I feel like
Go
Pippen
fake.
always needed Jordan.
I ain't gonna fake it. Pippen averaged like 28 when Jordan left. like
He had, but like I'm not. It's like the Brad Bill fact. Like he had to, but he was also a bucket too.
yeah, like I say, it would be tough for him to be the. I don't know if I could say he's the number one option
No,
and win a championship, but they were definitely making the playoffs. So he was a solid like.
He's a number two guy. He's just
Yeah,
he's
he's
probably one of the
probably
best.
one of the best number two guys in NBA history, easily.
yeah, one of the greatest. Like in playing that role, like he was the original probably point forward, like to play the guard, like play with another point guard, but would bring the ball up and guard the best player on the other team. Like yeah, he was special. Like I think another guy that was probably underrated. People like had a really great career. That's probably underrated from that era. Probably be Antoine Walker,
Ooh, that's a really good pick.
bro. Like I mean, cause
Boston, you talking like Boston Celtic Antoine Walker,
yeah,
right?
sure. Like I'm in his prime, like all stars, like he was nice, like employee. Then he has one of the coolest nicknames all time, employee number 8. Like, bro, that is a tough nickname. Automatically, one of the best nicknames. And probably number 5 will probably throw all y'all off. Y'all gonna have to Google this one. Allen Houston.
I know Allen Houston. Come on now,
Yeah.
New York
But
Knicks.
but
What?
I'm talking about for people that's gonna watch this after Allen Houston. Another cool nickname. His name was H2O. That was tough,
He
bro.
was
Like,
like
sure,
pre-knee injury. He was a bucket.
Bucky.
Pure.
Like all he made an all-star team. Like like, and probably another throw-in. Probably be Joe Johnson. Prime Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson's legit like the version of a walking bucket. Like
I saw
ice
Like
cold.
no
Don't
age,
matter. Just give him space and he just operates. That's all.
at
That's all that matters.
age though. Like he can still go to the league right now and get bucks. Get
Easily.
bucks right now.
well, Jamal Crawford can too. Come on, the guy's what 41.
Like yeah, like I don't know about now. Like I don't know about
I still think Jamal Crawford could come out the best for a playoff team and give you like a solid 10 points. Like he dropped 50 his last game in the NBA. He took a lot of shots, but you're telling me a guy who dropped 50 his last game can't be on the NBA roster?
nah for sure. Like he deserves to be on the NBA roster. Like it's just about what team like would let
I don't
him.
know what team he fits on. I
Yeah,
wouldn't know.
I think that's why I was like I don't know. That's why I said I don't know just because the fit. Like I don't know how like any of the playoff teams where he just comes in and just like yo like I can see that move making sense like without them having to give up anything like just be able to still flow and just throw him in there. It's just like because he's one of those guys where like late in the clock you give it to him, he's gonna get you a bucket. But it's like how many teams need him?
Because he fit with that Clippers team during his time span if he was on the Clippers. Because that's what they needed. They needed someone to get the ball to just for a bucket. But a
Yeah,
person on that list you should put on there also is Brandon Roy.
B. Roy.
B. Roy, like during his time, that short time span he had, Brandon Roy was the most bucket person in the NBA, like hands down for me. It was his buckets were crazy.
I didn't really get to because that was West Coast. I was Cade. I was asleep on those games. Like I probably need all East Coast guys that I was able to really sit and watch. But it was Brandon Roy, man. If you look at Brandon Roy, Grant Hill, and Penny Hardaway, injuries really stopped everybody from really seeing how great those guys could be.
The full potential.
Certain extent, like if you want to put D Rose in that category, even though he's resurged himself a little bit,
yeah. It's not the same D Rose though. Like D Rose ended Goran Dragic's life on that poster in Phoenix. Like that dunk was so bad.
You think when it's all said and done, you think y'all think he's gonna make the MVP? He's gonna make the Hall of Fame?
D Rose?
Because I think it's like a stat that says like every league MVP is in the Hall of Fame.
It depends on how he finishes his career, for me to be honest. Because you have the MVP, he has the All Stars. It's just, is he ever going to win it? If he wins a championship, then yeah, he's got it for me.
A contributor on that championship team.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a starter, if he's the first or second guy coming off the bench, giving you prime minutes, and helping you out, I think then yeah, you can 100%.
He's gonna be a fight though. It's gonna be a fight for D Rose to get in. I feel like
maybe he's not first ballot, but
no,
he's definitely there.
I feel like he'll get in because if you look at his overall body of work from even Memphis, like the 1 year at Memphis, like you just seen and he took that team all the way to the national championships. Like it's tough. Like this guy, and he's still battling back from injuries. And still, I think this year he averaged 17, 18.
Yeah,
he had a good year.
A couple more years of that, you gotta let him in.
He had a good year. He can be on any contribute. I mean, I know that there was a rumor before trade deadline that the Lakers were looking into him, and honestly, that wouldn't be that bad of a move for him to go. I think he'd do well there.
If D Rose got on the Lakers, you could book the championship at that point.
Like a Clippers, I think it'd be interesting.
Look, I would have wanted him to go to the Lakers, probably. Just because that
I just don't know who they were. I don't know who they would give up though. They talked about how they would have to give up Caruso, which is a tough loss because Caruso was legit. He wasn't like this at Texas A&M. Like he was good, but I never saw him like that at Texas A&M. I'd be like, he could do this in the league.
He definitely was he's a solid piece for them going forward, I think.
Well, I think that's it for the interview. Ladarien, thanks for sitting down with us, talking sports, talking shop. Great seeing you.
Yeah, man, for sure. Definitely got to do this again. Probably maybe next summer or sometime after that.
Yeah, we'll do another.
After these moves, we'll probably get another.
Yes.
Yeah,
man. We care about you on this show. So, and
for sure, I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? Y'all starting this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you're part of our pilot episode.
Yeah, that's it, man. Come on.
First episode, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate this, and let's go back to the pilot episode a year from now, and so we'll see how this goes.
We'll interview you April 18th, 2021, and we'll see what's changed and if your opinions have changed on top fives and how many more buckets you're getting in wherever you are. And I'm gonna find out where the next place you're going to. So.
Yeah, dude, that's off camera, Rob. That's off camera.
Hey, bro, we'll talk about it in the DMs.
That's off camera, Rob. Rob, great show, though. All right, man.
Yeah. All right. Well,
appreciate you guys, man.